poem, Call of the Motherland. If Palestine should be lost while you still live, I'll say our people have abandoned the past. So raise your banners as well as your voices, and let us not fall under the category of abandonment. بالروح بالدم نفديك يا فلسطين. Free, free Palestine!
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 Free Palestine!
End the occupation now!
And just come up to the rally, take out a sign. There you go.
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Our next speaker up here is she's a woman who has been working for the Palestinian cause for a long time, founder for Loud in New York, Loud of the Right to Coalition, to Return Coalition New York, and member of the Board of Trustees of CARE. We introduce here for you Lamis Siddiq. Please come up.
Thought that was her.
Today, it was announced that the International Criminal Court issued an arrest warrant for the murderous Muammar Gaddafi. But we've never seen an arrest warrant for Benjamin Netanyahu or Ariel Sharon or Tzipi Livni or Barak, despite the massacres of 63 years, despite the fact that 2/3 of the Palestinian population lives in exile, despite that they languish as European Zionists, sleep in their beds and eat the fruits of their trees, despite the fact that 2/3 of Palestinian men will be tortured in Israeli dungeons for little more than simply being Palestinian. But it's okay, because we've learned that we are no longer waiting for the International Criminal Court or the United Nations or the United States or the European Union. We need only each other, because today the Arab homeland shakes off the yokes of colonialism and returns to its rightful course from which it will not return, the course on which the Palestinians will return to Palestine and return Palestine to us. And although it's the Palestinians who for more than half a century have kept at bay the avarice Zionist usurper, the Palestinians have repeatedly said, we're not asking for your help, we ask that you not help our oppressor. We're not asking for your help, we ask only that you leave us alone. And today, the Syrian army stepped aside to let our people march to the Golan Heights. Mubarak's era is over, and our people in Egypt are clamoring to reach Hezbollah so they can break down the walls of Iraq. In Lebanon, the Maroon and Ras, they're itching to break down their defense and reach their homes in historic Palestine. And they're not doing it alone. They're doing it alongside our Arab people. Fortunately for us, and sadly for them, the Zionist and the Western oppressor could not understand and could never tame the solidarity between our people, a solidarity based in brotherhood, a solidarity based in love, in a shared culture, in a shared language, in a shared history, and bi'idhnillah, in a shared future. A solidarity which has no boundaries, a solidarity that will soon rid us of the border separating our people. And so today, and for many days to come, our people will move and march and mobilize towards home, just as they did today, without the need for arms and weapons, met nonetheless by shameless Zionist Israeli violence that, though terrifying, no longer terrorizes, no longer paralyzes the Arab world as it did for 63 years before. Because the fear, the boundaries of fear have for once and for all finally been broken. And the fear recedes into the past as Tunisian, Egyptian, Lebanese, Syrian, and Jordanians tie their flags to the Palestinians, promising that Palestine is next. We know, and we need our people here to know that this is the beginning of the right to return. This is the implementation of our return to our homes in Palestine. And we see that the Arab youth fear nothing. They fear nothing but a life under occupation. They fear nothing but a life without dignity. They fear nothing. And though Israel has been here for 63 years, our liberators are barely 23 years old. 63 years and the Zionists clinging to their privileges. Even now, to this day, they need to criminalize anybody who talks or teaches about a Nakba in Palestine. 63 years they enjoyed the support of the world. Institutions which institutionalized and justified their racism and their wars. 63 years surrounded by hopeless and terrorized Arab dictators, an Arab world terrorized by their own people. And so when they said, as Iman repeated, that the old will die and the young will forget, they might have thought it could work. Well, as they said in Tunisia and Egypt, game over! Game over! No fear, one people led by youth that did not forget. They didn't know that our old don't die. They swim in the blood of our young. They didn't know that our old don't die. Their memories are etched in the hearts of our young. They didn't know that their stories will not be forgotten, and the young that they spoke of will be the ones to march from Tunis to Gaza to Al-Quds to Haifa, that it will be the young who will tear down their borders and their lives, and not only the segregation walls in Palestine, but the walls that divide us from each other, that it is the young who will change the course of history and return us to Palestine and restore the rights of the old. This is the beginning of our return, and I promise you that we will all meet in Palestine in Al-Quds if we continue down this path and we empower our people and we cast aside the institutions and the media and the government who tell us that we cannot do it, that they must justify, and cast aside the people who have been selling our rights, silencing our young, imprisoning them, torturing them to keep themselves in power. So, together we stand united today, beginning on the road to free Palestine from the river to the sea. Palestine will be free from the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
Palestine Arabiyya, Arabiyya.
Palestine Arabiyya, Arabiyya.
Palestine is Arabic.
Round of applause for Lamis. Thank you for this inspirational speech. I personally think it's too quiet out here, so we need to raise our voices.